Welcome to Interviews, where we are honored to have Dr. Reshmi Saranga, a distinguished psychiatrist specializing in adult and geriatric psychiatry. Board certified with extensive training from renowned institutions such as the University of Kansas Medical Center and Duke University Medical Center, Dr. Saranga brings a wealth of knowledge and compassion to her practice. Her dedication in providing empathetic and comprehensive care has made a significant impact on our patients and communities in Apex and Cary, North Carolina. Today, Dr. Saranga joins us to share her expert insights into mental health and well-being, focusing on how the youth can navigate through the complexities of modern life and pursue a career in psychiatry. Dr. Saranga, would you like to share a few things before we begin our conversation?
Thank you for having me and doing such interviews at such a young age. I think that's impressive.
Thank you.
You're building self-confidence and resilience in what you're doing this way.
Thank you. And this is for anyone that's trying to pursue the psychology field. I know there's a lot. So the first question, and most important, is if you were a teenager in today's society with the current knowledge you have, what would you do to make sure that you're ahead of everyone else?
So, being a psychiatrist, I think first I would see, like, if you're really interested in medicine, I would shadow someone or ask for volunteer opportunities and see if medicine is a career that you want to go to, then definitely pursue. The road ahead is a long road, but it is achievable. It is achievable, yeah.
Okay, that's great. For teenagers interested in a career in psychiatry, what foundational knowledge and skills should they focus on developing early on?
So early on, a good psychiatrist is somebody that they are a good listener, have empathy for everyone, and they're creative in the ways. I think those are the good features of being a good psychiatrist.
So do you just recommend those people just go out and talk to people, starting to get know people, and then use those skills in psychiatry?
Definitely.
Okay.
So it's the small things that you have to pay attention to, because a person's body language tells a lot about like how they're feeling, whether they're interested in the conversation, not interested, whether they're feeling depressed, happy. You can notice by the way a person walks into the room also. So that starts your first cue.
Yeah.
So those are the good qualities of being a psychiatrist.
So getting to learn body language is
Yes.
extremely important in psychiatry.
It is very important.
Okay. In your career journey, what were some early challenges you faced, and what do you wish you knew as a teenager to get through them?
So in the earlier phases, actually, I didn't. Medicine was not my career path. I was very good at math. So I actually wanted to be a good mathematician. I was very good in physics, in other subjects, but somehow science intrigued me. I think the foundational thing was my father was a physician. So, and I love the empathy. When I used to hang around with him in the clinic, in his private practice back home in India, so the way the patients like loved him and they showed empathy and how my father cared, I think that piece turned me towards medicine.
So did you switch careers later on in life or during your teenage years?
During teenage years, actually.
So what did you do to make that switch? Did you start talking to more people in that field? Did you start reading more books like that?
Yes. So basically you can do it's the same entrance exam that you take for both either all the fields, and then you can decide. So even here, people switch all the time. So I see in med schools, people have done computer science background, business, they have done their MBA, and then they come to medicine. So actually the program directors over here, even in psychiatry, they want to have a different perspective. So they'll have a different input when they're practicing. So you can switch at any time. So if you want to go into medical field, it's never too late.
Okay. And then, how can teenagers gain early exposure to the field of psychiatry, and what extracurriculars or volunteer opportunities would you recommend for them?
So the volunteer opportunities, there's tons. There's first like getting involved with Red Cross, learning CPR. So those are your basic foundations. And specifically in psychiatry, you can get involved in lots of activities, volunteering even with your local church group or in camps, even in scouts and guides, and also volunteering at a blood bank. So there you can, or even with a EMT specialist, anyone, and see if medicine is a field for you. And then just going and looking for other volunteering opportunities at local universities or student health centers. And I think starting from there and see if you're really interested, you can ask from your pediatrician's office, like, okay, where can I get? Here in our area, we have WakeMed and UNC Rex. They're offering volunteer opportunities for kids, teens who are 16 and above. So you can register for those summer camps and see, and you can start from those opportunities early on.
What personal qualities or traits have you found the most essential in your role as a psychiatrist, and how can teenagers cultivate these traits from an early age?
So, as I said earlier, being a good listener, having empathy. That's one quality. I think don't judge a person by a book, because brain is it's a vast, intriguing thing, and you need to be curious and still learning and giving the opportunity to look beyond something. So as a psychiatrist, you're board certified in like neurology and the psychiatry, the emotional aspects. So you need to be able to learn that piece. Some of the other traits as a teenager is learning to relax. So as a psychiatrist, you see some of the worst things. Like you can have a good day helping so many of the other patients, but one worse one, like someone might say, I'm doing totally fine, but you get a call from the family at the end of the day that they just went home and hurt themselves and then no longer. So sometimes you feel that you missed out something. But so one of the other thing is self-care. As a psychiatrist, you have to take care of yourself. You have to be happy so you can help others.
So you have to take care of yourself so you can take care of other people.
That's true.
Can you share how mentorship has played in your career and advise teenagers on how to find and approach potential mentors in the field of psychiatry?
So after med school, or even while you're in med school, you go through different rotations and then find like which one is your most, what makes you tick. And then in that specific field, like in psychiatry, you go do more psychiatry exposure in like out in the community or in the med school itself, and doing more rotations in that. So mentorships had helped like narrowing which field. So basic psychiatry residency is 4 years, and then you can do fellowship on top of that. So for me, I love working with geriatric population. So that's where like mentorship had helped me shape like, okay, this is what I love. And so you can pursue, definitely mentorship can help, and you can always change fields at the end of the day. So yeah.
So what are the different type of psychiatrists? So I know you do geriatric. Is there any others that interest teenagers?
Yes. So child psychiatrist is anyone that sees from 3, I think the earliest bipolar that I've seen in my residency is 3 and 4 years of age. So child psychiatrists practice anyone from pretty young age until age of 16, 18. And general psychiatrists can practice from 16 to anyone, but geriatric psychiatrist specializes in 65 and above. The other fields of psychiatry are addiction psychiatry that deals with substance abuse, drug, alcohol. There's forensic psychiatrist. Forensic psychiatrist deals with the legal aspects. A person commits crime or goes to the prison, so all the legality of that, so that's forensic psychiatry. There is also a field of traumatic brain injuries. Some of the psychiatrists are getting fellowship in diagnosing brain injuries too.
Okay, great. And then, what challenges do you see in the future of psychiatry, and how can today's youth prepare to address these effectively?
Challenges of being a psychiatrist is you can have a good day fixing everyone, and just one person that can hurt themselves after you just saw them and went home. So it can be like you missed out those signs, but that can be in any field. Just at the end of the day, you have to convince that, okay, you did everything that you could. And sometimes listen to yourself. Listen to, if you have that, intuition is very important. Being a psychiatrist, like, so you don't miss out anything.
Okay.
Listen to your intuition. So that can be a field. One of the challenges is if you miss to listen to your intuition and didn't go that extra step, then it can turn out to be one of the worst days.
So basically building your mindset from a teenage age to just ensure that in the future there's no problems with you that would potentially hurt the person that you're talking to.
Right, and also building up the resilience. Like, you might fail on the way, and it's okay to fail in life. If everything comes straight, path A to B to C, then there's no fun in achieving. So it's okay to fail in life, but learn from the failures. Learn to relax, take it one step by step, and then progress in life.
Okay, great. Finally, what general advice would you give to teenagers aspiring to enter the field of psychiatry about resilience, persistence in their educational journey?
So being a teen, I think it comes with a lot of challenges these days. When I grew up, there was no cell phones or much of the internet, so we had all the time to play outside, engage in outdoor activities, and built our resilience that way. So also kids and teenagers these days have to learn to build that emotional connections. Connection starts right from home, from your siblings, parents. If you feel you cannot confide in them or anything, build relationships outside, but build strong relationships so they can take you longer. If you fail in something, at least you have a shoulder to lean on. And so building resilience is very, very important. So teenagers need to learn to relax. Relaxing can be different ways. Playing a sport that you like, taking a walk, having a pet. Pet therapy has been shown for research to be a lot of, it's much calming and relaxing. Journaling your thoughts. If somebody that's not outspoken, you can always journal your thoughts. Learning a new musical instrument, being involved in a band or chorus in your school, any activities that your school provides. So those things, I think, learning to relax, having efficient outlets, they can help to shape the teenager to achieve higher things in life.
That's perfect. And also, is there certain things that in psychiatry that you just never knew until it happened, and then if you knew it before, it never would have happened?
There's lots of instances, like you don't know a particular challenge or like a case but however it can be the first time. So that's why always do your research. It's okay to admit, like, okay, I don't know this. This is new to me. I haven't learned in my residency or through my career. I haven't seen this. It's okay to accept that you don't know, but do your own research and know it. So being a physician, it's a lifelong learning path, and so it's okay to learn. So I wouldn't change anything from the past, but learning from my mistakes and taking it ahead, I would say.
So always having that open mindset that you don't know everything and being open to grow and learn for the patients you see.
Right.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.